What's going on, YouTube and y'all squad? This your boy Y'all Tease. This year review for Real Housewives of Potomac season 6, episode 3. Yeah, pretty sure. So we pick up what we left off with Candace talking to Eric, and pretty much saying just like y'all not gonna do this to my husband. If and Eric's whole thing is I can't control what they say no more than you. I don't even know what's being said. And she's like, look, if this is the storyline that's going to be said, I don't need to be here because I guess she feels she going to pop all the way off and says, if y'all need this story, you have Michael for that. Because these women have pretty much like gone from being against him to embracing him, protecting him, the whole nine. And now here we are. No, no. So y'all not gonna do this to mine. And then says, and don't cut out none of my fourth wall. I look like, oh, did we just boss up? Which I ain't mad at. Just like, no, keep all this in because y'all ain't finna play. And then Candace leaves, and Wendy brings up, her wanting to the lounge. Ashley asks, how is this going to how will this venture affect her relationship with Eddie? She's like, I haven't downloaded him yet. Giselle pulls Mia to the side, and Mia's whole thing is she didn't expect to be attacked by Giselle. Wendy maybe, not Giselle. Giselle apologizes. Now you have Robin and Wendy now talking about the Mia situation, and Robin's whole thing is, okay, you pretty much walked in or walked up like, what did these two say? And like you didn't share the same sentiment. And she was just like, no, no, no. We don't share the same sentiment. So let's be. Is this a surreal life? Is it? Ooh, I know I should not be doing this. I apologize. I think that's what this is. Is it? It is. Am I gonna watch it? I don't know. Let me phrase it. Am I gonna watch it? Yes. Am I gonna review it? I don't know. Oh, and it starts tomorrow. I gotta make sure I hit the record button. Okay, my bad. Sorry. So one thing is, I'm choosing to give her the benefit of the doubt because I had somebody go through it. But if this isn't the case, I would just expect that she will come back and clear it up. Robert's whole thing is within a week you would have heard something, this, that, and the third. I don't know how cancel works and how fast people know stuff, so I ain't touching it. Some of them feel they should clear it up, but Wendy's whole thing is you called her a liar. So this is where we're different. Robin is getting a little bit bugged. And then Wendy says, why are you being aggressive? Now, she did not like that. So the tables have turned with the A word. And then Robin gets up and is advancing. And Wendy's like, sit down. Sit down. So as the conversation is winding down, you have Wendy yelling, stand in your truth. And that's why Robin stood up. But again, she advanced towards her. But, still, that can be seen as aggressive. Okay. So we find out that the cancer has been ruled out, but surgery does still have to be done. So that's cleared up. Praise the Lord. Robin wants to get to know Mia outside of everything, which you've had last season and between the reunion. Well, actually, from the end of the season to the reunion, from the reunion up until now. But now you want to get to know Mia. Right, and she reveals that their children either are on the same sports team or are about to be, and she wants to do like a little get together with them. Now doesn't invite Wendy. Wendy feels away. Robin doesn't care, and with this, I am here for it. Where it's like keep that energy where it's just like I don't want to deal with you. I want nothing to do with you. I don't want you in my domicile or in my space. Cool, get it, got it, good. Um, now everybody leaves. If I didn't already say it, I still want to know why Wendy ain't leave with Candace. If I didn't already say that, because they're supposed to be friends. But Wendy is talking to a producer. The producer asks her about the whole Mia thing. Wendy forgot she was mic'd and was like, yeah, well, she's lying, so whatever. Now, I don't know if this is how she truly felt or if it's okay. Now all of a sudden, it's been ruled out, and you ain't told us nothing. But regardless, I hate to say it, Robin was right. Y'all did share the same sentiment. And yeah, production got you because you was still might. Candace is at home. She's doing the injections. Is very emotional having to do that, do it by herself, and then everything that's going on, with Gizzard. And she tells us that, she got too comfortable with her. You think? Like, I really been sitting here like, so you don't watch none of the reviews, and if you do, you ain't saying nothing because we didn't try to told you, but you wasn't listening. We get Karen Ray at the nail shop. Hey, she said I'm allowed to have eye candy, and his whole thing is, well, it just better be candy. I'm like, okay, so you can look, can't be touched is what I'm gathering. They ain't going to detail. I really don't care. So we get Ashley and her brother Zach. So pretty much this is the house hunt. If I heard correctly, the house that she wanted lost it to a all cash deal. Michael doesn't want to do an all cash payout because he doesn't think financially that's the best thing to do. The agent in question pretty much belongs to Michael, that he's contracted her many times in the past. So it's no different. Well, we already had a discussion, but it's no different than you signing the contract, right? And the lawyer in question doesn't represent you; they're representing somebody else, so they don't have your best interests at mind, at heart, none of that. She's told by the agent that everything is set with the bank, and now she's thrown off about Michael lying about the finances, and she gets choked up with her brother. I don't know what you want me to say. I really don't. So we get Robin, at like they have a new house that's nice, that's cute, and look, I'm here for the glow up. I am. They talk about the prenup, and Juan says like, I make more than you anyway. And the producers asked her about it. She was like, oh, he probably said I will end up making more than you. I'm like, somebody is delusional. And she was saying to him, I don't want you to think that I want the prenup thing because now I have businesses. He's like, that's what it sounds like, but he's not even, because his whole thing is like, I don't mind signing it, but like, what's the reason? Just be honest with me, because it is what it is. They're gonna lay it out. What's yours is yours. What's mine is mine, and that's it. That's all. So yeah. So we now have Wendy. She is in a doctor's office. We found out that her hair is falling out and it's thinning, primarily at the crown. She says it started after her last child, and the doctor is pretty much saying uh, like a big thing is stress. Like when your body is stressed and whatnot, the one thing that your body isn't caring about is your hair. And she sits there and thinks about what she's doing, different stressors, and even Eddie telling her like, you doing too much. So we'll see what comes of this. We get Mia and Robin. Robin says she wants to make sure that they're good. Okay. She then says that Giselle was wrong, which is new because it's one thing for you to say that to Giselle, it's another thing for you to air what you said to her to somebody else. But okay, cool. This is all right. New Robin. So then now she wants to talk about Mia's post because she needs clarity. Being entitled. And one of the posts said no cancer for now, and then something about a biopsy being done, but so was it removed, this and that. She clears it up for her. That's cool, whatever. And she says that she may have an autoimmune disorder. We don't know. We will find out. Hopefully, this isn't her storyline for the entire season. But hey, if it is, I guess we gotta rock out. And then Candace is brought up, which I'm just like, yeah, okay, here we go again with Robin. Gotta sit here and talk about everyone and everything but her, trying to pull a gizzard, but I don't know. And the scene before it comes back, is again, I'm doing this between commercials, is Mia saying that she has something to add. But before we get there, I just want to say, like, I find this hot mic to be very questionable because either A, Wendy truly didn't know, or B, I guess maybe she thought that even though it was still on, they might have deprogrammed or whatever. I don't know. But it's funny how, so we have this hot mic moment, but but we don't have a hot mic of Kathy Hilton, to be fair. So we have this hot mic moment, but we don't have the video footage from the reunion where Giselle lost her everlasting mind. So now we're picking and choosing production, Bravo, who we want to sit here, who we want to air out, and it's not equal treatment across the board. Okay, I see you. So now we have two separate scenes, and I'm gonna do one followed by the other rather than like juxtapose how they gave it to us. So we have Giselle and Heron at Heron's house. Giselle gives a recap of the dance class, and she had found out about the whole Chris and Giselle situation, and was saying that if you like the fact that she felt that level of discomfort, then yes, an apology should be given by Chris. But she said that I guess without knowing everything else that came after that. And if that's the case, it's just like you probably shouldn't be offering that with the gun half cocked that you really don't know all the information. Um, Giselle pretty much was able to get him out of the room with the whole discomfort because she was just like, okay, you go and see if they need me back out there. And she was able to get him out of the room. And Karen shares a similar situation, and Giselle tells Karen that she didn't bring this to the group. Robin brought it to the group, and Karen is asked in her confessional if she feels there's cracks in the Green Eye Bandits, and pretty much Karen's like there's been cracks. Now I've been saying that this thing was going to crumble between them, so maybe this is going to be the storyline. We shall see. We get Candace and Chris. Candace is upset that she isn't succeeding at the IVF stuff. Chris is just like, it's very early, so things like there's still time. And Candace brings up Giselle and even saying just like the stress from that situation doesn't help with, trying to do this IVF and retrieving the eggs and whatnot. And Chris says when he first found out, like he was angry and rightfully so, based off of how the narrative was being presented, and of course words mean things. And even wondering like if that was the case, like why now? Like what is going on? And Chris says that he is 99% sure that Giselle was the one that said, let's go back to her room, not him. So that's up for debate. We don't know who's lying or telling the truth. And he says that he even suggested that they leave the door open. So I guess we're going to have to wait to the reunion for this to be talked about and come up and compare notes and see what is what. Robin pops up, so I'm either A, she was truly invited by them, or production had her come because Chris looked thrown off. And she clears everything up just like, look, I heard this from Ashley. I told Ashley, no, he wasn't sliding in your DMs. He was just replying to a story. And allegedly, apparently, hearing this story is what sparked Giselle to go down the road that she went down. But she was just like, I truly don't feel that you did like you were trying to do anything inappropriate. And when she told me, and I got the information, it's like, no, you're pretty much making a mountain out of a molehill. But again, I'm going to continue to say, if it's a huge if she did feel uncomfortable and all the other stuff, then yes, points are valid. But Candace said this, and we've all been saying it. Where was this discomfort at the spring fling? Because you was all handsy and all that other stuff. So what is it? And she pretty much says that in order for this to work, Giselle gonna have to walk it back because at this point, she's dead to her. I'm like, oh. And if I didn't say it when Mia was saying that Chris was eyeing her down at the spring fling, production showed that he wasn't even looking in her direction. She's delusional. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the episode of like with this, everything happened in the beginning. All this, juicy explosive stuff. But look, I gave y'all, what had happened and all that. So yes, with that being said, don't forget the panel tomorrow talking about this on Scotty's channel. I will see you all there. But until then, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share. And yeah, see you tomorrow. Peace.